Good morning, everyone. Today is November 24, 2018, and welcome to a live session of Stock Market Update. In this session, we're going to go through the indices and also the ETF. Let's start looking at the Dow Jones Transportation. So you can see the Dow Jones Transportation last week on a abbreviated trading week. It actually closed on Friday, the post Thanksgiving abbreviated trading session with a small gain. And also note that it is holding above the support level here, this 10,080.51, and in addition to that, it is holding above the October low. So what I'm looking at right now is the possibility for it to work itself back up to possibly maybe up to this 10,977.80. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of a resistance when it get up to this pivot high here, so we're going to keep an eye on that when it get there. And then we are looking at the Dow Jones Industrial. It's kind of interesting looking at the Dow Jones Industrial. Note that it closed with a new low here, the correction low from the all-time high. Although it is holding above this intraday low, the October low here, but the close is actually a new lower close. So that put the Dow theory in play here, that right now essentially the Dow Jones Industrial has a unconfirmed closing low. So I expect that there could be some price action. Maybe it move it up here to 24,899.80 and fill this gap, and possibly maybe even chop back up higher, unless the Dow Jones Transportation will come back down to the October low, or essentially getting back down here to close at a new low. Then that will make it a confirmation, and be expecting the Dow Jones Industrial to continue to make a new correction low here, and then possibly maybe get down to this 23,602 area here. But for now, we definitely have a non-confirmation, and just keep an eye on the price action. It could get a little bit bounce up here and work itself into this gap of 24,899.80. So be watching that for the coming week. Then looking at the S&P 500, the S&P 500 is basically mimic the price action of Dow Jones Industrial. It also closed with a new correction low here. And again, I'm basically looking for this thing to come back up, maybe tag this 2676.81 on its way to fill this gap. But if it reverses back down, then I'll be looking at the October low get tested, and possibly get down to this support level at 2594.62. Yeah, looking at the nasdaq 100, the tech heavy, although the FANG stock is getting hit pretty hard recently, but again, if you take a look at that on post Thanksgiving trading session, it actually closed above the Wednesday low here. And if you also notice that it is holding above this 8522.70 even the day before Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving. So if it could hold above this support level, then I expect it to work itself back up to the 6846.94, and possibly see some of those FANG stock get a nice bounce back up. But if it doesn't hold the 6522.70 support, then I expect it to work itself down, and maybe possibly test the recent low and get down to this 6426.04. And finally, looking at the Russell 2000 cash index, you see the Russell 2000 is kind of interesting as well, because it did not close with a new correction low, but it appears that it is making a double bottom here. Right, making a double bottom here. So if it could get itself back up to above these 1527.70, then I'd be looking at this pivot for it to target, and possibly get up to the 1592.1. And if get above this pivot, then essentially we got this double bottom breakout, right? But if it can't hold this support here, if it come down and take out this October low and get below this 1452.10, then essentially we are talking about a head and shoulder breakdown. Then that will be a couple 100-point major move on the downside. All right, so that's basically the indexes. And now let's move on to take a look at the ETF. So let me switch that over to the ETF. Okay, here we go. Got the ETF here. Let's go back to the Dow Jones Industrial first. Taking a look at the Dow Jones Industrial. All right, we're basically looking for it to move back up into the value area here. Okay, here's the value area. Basically, it is the micro composite between the all-time high to the present. All right, so we see that there is a point of control here, the composite volume point of control somewhere around up here at 253.55, and then you know, there is the value low here. Okay, so essentially, I'd like to see this come back in to the value low and work itself back up to the volume point of control and see what it get a move up. All right, but again, we're basically looking for this gap fill initially, and there is this potential resistance here that could push it down again, this 249.62, because there's also this low volume zone here, slightly low volume zone. Okay, so but if it continue to move down, essentially take out this low, then again we're basically looking for this support level to get tested, this 235.88. Right. And then we'll look at the SPY, the S&P 500 ETF. Okay, so on the SPY here, this is also basically looking for this thing to move back up, get back above this, you know, 268 level into the value area, essentially get back up to the value area low. Right, and work itself back up to the point of control here, this composite point of control. If it's not, then we're essentially looking for this thing to come out and come back down, take out this October low, and test for potential support at 258. Then on the QQQ, also on the QQQ, you know, so beginning of the week, we're basically looking for this thing to maybe work itself up to the VPOX. But wasn't able to do that. Came down to a little back test and then pull back and you know, dip below this 158.77 on the intraday, but it closed back above it, so it's holding the support here, and right now it's kind of be, you know, maybe getting a little bit of a bounce off of this 158.77. If it continue to bounce, we're also looking for this thing to make itself back up to the value area low and possibly get back to the value area and work itself back up toward the point of control here. Okay, or if it come down, then we're essentially looking for this 156.69 support to get tested, and you know, taking out the recent low here. Then on the Russell 2000, again, the Russell 2000, we're essentially looking at this basically the double bottom. If it could get back up above this 151.71 and into the value area above the value area low, then we're essentially watching this pivot to get taken out. Now again, you could pay attention to these low volume area here. Okay, so right now the point of control is way up here, right, on this since the all-time high. So definitely, if we could get above this, move to these low volume area, then we could see the Russell 2000 might make itself back up to this 170 area. But for now, I think the key level to watch is the value area low here, this 152 area, and if it could get above that, then we basically looking at the 158.17 area for potential resistance. But if it come down and break this 144.25, then we're essentially looking for a head and shoulder move. Okay, so that is basically the review of the index and the ETF today. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, And you have any suggestion or input on the format of this live session, please post your comment and input and suggestion on the comment section below. And if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube video channel, click the subscribe button, and don't forget to click on that bell notification icon, so that way next time when I have the video ready for you to view, you will get notified. And maybe in the near future I will post a video on the FANG stock, so be sure to subscribe and get that notification. And have a good day and good luck on your trading.